Welcome back, guys. I'm Danny the Dinosaur Drawer, and today I'm going to be showing you all how to draw the Stygimoloch from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Here is our reference image. And yeah, I'm going to be using my Graph Gear 500 mechanical pencil and just a nice eraser here. So yeah, let's dive in with the outline. So the Stygimoloch's head is going to be in the left corner. So make sure you don't put it right in the middle, because then we won't have enough space to put in the rest of the Stygimoloch. But yeah, the head is the main, the main attraction of the Stygimoloch. So yeah, make the oval right about here, and have it tilting downwards, because the Stygimoloch is going to be looking at the floor. And then we have the neck, which is going to connect to the body. It's got a small body, especially in comparison to the head. Then we're going to have the hip right about here, so put a little circle in for that. We're going to have the thigh bent slightly. The knee is going to be right there where I put that circle in. Ankle is going to be right here. It's got quite a small, short calf. Then we're going to put the feet in right about here. And I put a light line here on the bottom to represent the ground. And then from that same circle, we're going to make the other leg, which is going to be also bent, but slightly further back. I'll put that foot in, and that ankle. Then yeah, we're going to put the Stygimoloch tail in. So all in all, I think we have enough room to fit the whole thing in the drawing, on the page, which is a good sign. So put it in the circle there, for where the shoulder is going to be. It's going to have some short arms and hands. We'll see the other hand on the other side there. And it's got a really short neck. And yeah, it's got a bunch of horns and stuff, but we'll put that in the next stage. So yeah, make sure you have your outline pretty solid. Step back and take a look at it and make sure the proportions look right to you. Because if they don't look right at the start, they're not going to look right later on. So yeah, now once you've completed that stage, we can move on to the next stage, which is going to be actually drawing, not just putting in an outline. So we're going to start off with the head and then move from left to right across the entire body. So I think we should start off with putting in the eye. So the eye's going to go right about here. It's got a large eye, which is mostly shaded in black. So put that in. Then we're going to put some wrinkles over it and under it. It's going to have a defined jawline, which is going to end in a beak at the very end. So I'm just going to erase some of the lines that are getting in the way. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, guys, this is day 5 of my Danny the Dinosaur Drawer marathon. Forgot to say that at the beginning of the video. Yeah, so here we're going to put in the nostril. I think we can go ahead and put in the beak. I'll put in the bottom of the beak. So now you might be seeing the Stygimoloch's taking a little bit more shape and form, and no longer looks just like an oval. I do have a video dedicated on just drawing the Stygimoloch's head, because it is pretty complicated. So I'll try and remember to put that in the link in the description below. So we're going to erase those lines. So basically, Stygimoloch's head, and pretty much the whole head, the whole face, is just covered with spikes, but more so along this ridge, which is like an eyebrow ridge that goes above the eye. So be sure to put in a lot of little spikes like I'm doing here. Add more spikes. And of course they're going to get bigger as they get near the back. And on the side of the head here, it's going to have a ton. I have a longer one right there. And here's where we get the really big spikes. These are the ones that actually could do damage to someone. That scene was one of my favorite in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. The Stygimoloch's just like tossing people around after the auction. Stygimoloch was basically the hero of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Same way I'd say like Blue was the hero. Well, Blue and the T-Rex were the heroes for Jurassic World. Yeah, Stygimoloch definitely was one of the hero dinosaurs in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. So I'm just adding some more spikes in. I forgot to say, we are drawing in this dome right now. It's like a soldier's helmet. It's like a little cap there. And this is what it used to butt other animals with. And used in defense, or maybe even used against other members of its kind. So we'll continue this little row of brow spikes on the other side as well. And he's got a cute little nose horn here, which we'll add some shading to. And I'll also add a little bit of some lines to show the graininess of the beak there. And for those of you who don't know anything about dinosaurs, Stygimoloch is a plant eater. Even though it looks like it could be vicious. But in reality, Stygimoloch is a very nice, happy dinosaur. Just added a little smile there. Now it looks like it has more personality to it. Maybe I'll tone that down a little bit for all of those of you who want to make this look more accurate. But yeah, let's put like a little bit of a dimple there. And right here, you can just add some more shading. Basically just more color. It's got a little ring of spikes, or little stubs, that are under the eye. And yeah, I would highly recommend you guys put in tons of scales, because Stygimoloch is a very bumpy dinosaur. It's got really rough skin texture basically. So I'm going to add some scales in. Maybe put in a little bit more shading for the dome here. And a few little spikes in the center that lead up to the dome. When I was younger, I didn't know the name of like Stygimoloch or Pachycephalosaurus, so I used to call them the bonker heads. Same way I used to call Ankylosaurus the bonker tail. And of course, Brachiosaurus was the long neck dinosaur. It's amazing how kids automatically learn the name of T-Rex like right away. Just shows you how popular that dinosaur is. And T-Rex will always be the most popular dinosaur. Like, people are always discovering new dinosaurs, and they're always like, oh, this dinosaur is gonna dethrone the Tyrannosaurus Rex. But like, the dinosaur never actually becomes that famous. Like, they had some success with Spinosaurus because of Jurassic Park 3. But yeah, there are some people who like Spinosaurus. I know a bunch of my subscribers do, but yeah, the average people don't know what Spinosaurus is. But they would know what dinosaur T-Rex is. And let alone would people ever know what Giganotosaurus is, or Carcharodontosaurus, or any of those huge meat eaters, or Maposaurus. So, I think the head looks pretty much complete. You could always take it the extra mile and just cover the whole thing with scales. But I don't want to make this video too long. In the videos that I do scales, the video usually turns into like an hour-long tutorial, which is like super long. So we're going to put in the thick little neck here. I'll add some shading underneath the jaw. I'm going to crosshatch. This marathon challenge is actually kind of difficult, a little more difficult than I thought, because we were gone for the weekend, so I had to pre-record videos the day before we left, and yeah, I had to set them off. Like, I had to schedule them because I wouldn't have access to a computer while we were gone. So yeah, those videos all went up by themselves, but I did have the phone with me, so I was able to answer comments and stuff like that. But just so you guys know, I think day 3, day 3, no, maybe it's day 2 too. Day 2, day 3, and day 4 were all done like on the same day, and I just staggered the uploads while I was gone for the weekend. But hopefully I won't miss a day. That's my goal. So we're putting in the shoulder blade right now. And maybe you guys should make that a goal too, to try and draw one of these dinosaurs every day. Because that's the point of the marathon. By the time we finish the marathon, we'll have a bunch more dinosaurs added to our portfolio, and we'll also, our skill for drawing will have improved, most definitely. So I'm going to put in the little fingers here of Stygimoloch. Pretty sure it has 4. And it's got some short little claws. They're not really that dangerous, but claws nonetheless. It's like dogs have claws, but they don't really use them to fight, you know. I don't think the Stygimoloch would use its hands in a fight. So add some wrinkles. I'm gonna erase the outline. I'm gonna put in the other little hand. And Stygimoloch really is a cute dinosaur. This reminds me, I haven't seen Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom in a few months. Need to see that again. I did see it twice in theaters, which was really cool. And a movie is always better when it's in the theater. So this hand can be shaded in. Especially, yeah, in the palm here, in between the fingers. So there we go. The arms and hands are complete. Now add some wrinkles around the underarm here. And we're not going to see too much of the belly because this leg is like pushed forward. Put a wrinkle right up there at the top. I'll put in some wrinkles for the knee. And here I'm just going to make a little line, which you guys should also follow. This is just going to show us where to shade. So anything inside that little line is going to be shaded in. Very good. Just gonna have a sort of a thick thigh, not extra thick, but it's got a decent size to it. Now we're going to put in the calf, the chin. It's going to have a thick bottom leg. So put 2 lines here to show the definition in the muscle. I'll take my eraser and erase the outline marks that we don't need anymore. See, the leg especially is a good place to put a bunch of scales. So I'm going to dot them around here. So we're going to put in the ankle. And Stygimoloch's foot is pretty much like a carnivorous dinosaur's. The toes are a little bit shorter. It almost looks like an ostrich foot to me. It's definitely an agile dinosaur. But maybe it would not be able to get away from the Indoraptor. It's weird because like the Indoraptor sort of gallops like a horse. It's really scary, especially when it's on all fours. It makes that really like that trotting noise. It's like da-da-dun, 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 da-da-dun. That part of the movie was like really, really great. Like the director, Mr. Bayana, did such a good job with the horror film part of it. And I've talked to some people, like some of my friends don't think it was that scary, but I thought it was pretty scary at some points. So add some shading under the toes here. And of course add those scales on top of the toes. I actually think I want to redo the top of the back here. It's not that, doesn't go that tall. Looks a little bit more like that, maybe a tiny bit taller. I think that looks pretty good. I'm pretty satisfied with how it looks right now. So go ahead and add a bunch of segments for the top of the back there. So we'll add a line right about here. Add some more lines coming up here, which represent wrinkles, but also our basic shading. We gotta put some more wrinkles on the top of the neck here. And of course, to bring this drawing to the next level, you have to add scales. So we got the hip put in here. We ended up smudging a bit, but that can be cleaned up pretty easily. Now we're just going to add in the tail, following the outline we made at the beginning of the video. And actually let's erase this line before we put in the midline. This line that I call the midline is really going to be near the lower end of the tail, so it's not really in the middle, but it's a line that separates the top and the bottom of the tail. So the bottom portion of the tail is what I'm going to usually shade in, like I'm doing right now. And the top portion we can just make vertical wrinkles. So there you have it. We got the tail pretty much complete. Scales would always be, scales would always make the thing look better, so I might sprinkle them about here. And we're almost done. All we have to do is add in that last leg and foot. Let me just clean up a bit here. I misplaced my brush. I need to find that so I can get rid of all the eraser shavings. It's a really handy tool. I would recommend you guys get one. So put in the opposite knee. Just remember, most of this leg is going to be shaded in, so you don't have to put too much detail into it. But you want to get the edges right. So we'll put in those scales on top of the toes. The mechanical pencils have such a fine tip that it's hard to cover a lot of ground with shading. You know, if you want to shade the whole thing in, mechanical pencil does it quite slowly. So having some nice regular pencils is very handy. So I'll add a few more scales with this pencil before we sign our drawings. Just add some more shading to the bottom of the foot here. And also just add some more general shadow on the ground here. Then I'm going to sign my drawing over here. And I'll take my eraser and just erase some of the smudge lines. It is useful to use like a piece of wax paper sometimes to help avoid smudging. You can put the piece of wax paper under your hand so you don't end up spreading graphite all over your paper. So guys, be sure to post your drawing on Instagram and tag me, because I'd love to see all the drawings you guys do. And I know I'm already a lot of you guys are already following me on Instagram, so I really appreciate that. And if you haven't checked out my Instagram, please do so. I usually post things on there before the video goes up. So by the time you're watching this video, I've already posted a picture of it on Instagram. So there we have it. Stygimoloch from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Let me zoom out so you guys can get a better look. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This was a really good tutorial. I really am happy with how the drawing turned out. Of course, there's always things you could add to improve it, you know, adding more scales and things like that. But yeah, for a tutorial of this length, I think it turned out very nicely. comment below what you'd like me to draw next, because we have about, I guess, 21 days left of dinosaur drawing. Now is the time to leave your comments below on what you think I should draw next. So yeah, go check out my Instagram, and I'll see you guys later.